Launch. I found the wing behaves very well on launch, and even when using only the centre A's, inflates nice and evenly. Ground handling is great fun, and the wing sits beautifully into a side position for wingtip touches and transitioning across launch. I found the general behaviour very similar to my old low B wing, in fact slightly easier as a result of the lightweight materials. I think it's safe to say that in general the launch characteristics and ground handling are on the low B level. The brake pressure is in a nice sweet spot. It's medium, bordering on the lighter side, but that could vary between the standard and the light models. Either way, I have found the brake pressure and the general feel of this wing to be very nice indeed. The brake length is quite long, so it is a wing you'll want to fly with a half wrap. The stall point is very forgiving, and the wing has an impressive ability to descend vertically without really hitting the stall point. It performs well in light wind conditions and makes top landings easy. It's fair to say that the original marketing did not do this wing any favours. I was very sceptical upon first seeing the design, but figured anything this ugly would have to compensate in performance. I'm happy to say that in the flesh it's a non-issue and it actually looks quite sporty. Not quite on the same level as a TENOR 2 or the Symphonias, but definitely not the ugly duckling that I was expecting. Let me know what you think of the new design down in the comments. I guarantee that the first time you go to pull big ears on this wing, you're going to have a smile on your face. Pulling big ears and holding them in is so insanely easy, it's almost effortless. The funny thing is, as crazy light as they feel to pull in and to hold, the ears won't just pop out on their own either, so it takes no real strength to hold them in. A gentle pump will find them release without any fuss. Another thing that impressed me was the lightness of the speed bar. It's hard to gauge just how much of that is a result of the R07 risers, but I've tried it with both the Advanced Success 4 and Niviuk pod harnesses and found it to be equally nice on both. I've found myself using the speed bar far more frequently than I ever did on my low B wing, purely because it's functional and so easy to apply. Whilst a step up and an improvement on the original Beat, the general consensus is that while perfectly usable, the speed on bar will not quite match the latest high Bs. This is to be expected considering this sits in the mid-B category. Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to do any cross-country to really compare glide using the R07 BC system. I'm certainly a fan of the C handles though, which make for a super comfy armrest in flight. The Beat 2 is actually now more of a semi-light wing, weighing in at 400 grams less than its predecessor, utilising the MJ20D and Skytex 40 materials. The Beat 2 Lite will save you yet another 900 grams using the new double-coated Porsche Skytex 27. I'm impressed with the lightweight material and how durable it actually feels. So if you're weighing up between the heavy and the light, I would say that unless you're flying in really unforgiving terrain, the double UV coating of the Skytex 27 Classic 2 is something worth considering. Keep in mind that the lighter weight material is more easily blown about on the ground in stronger winds and does require a little more finesse. This is often compensated with the lighter material being more forgiving during launch. The Beat 2 sits in the mid-B range between the low B but very sporty Tenor and the high B Maestro. For a B-wing it has a complex internal structure, however it doesn't require any special packing. It has 56 cells, not including the mini ribs. It has a low flat aspect ratio of 5.31. The lines on both the standard and light models are quite thin, but they are sheathed, something that is hard to find outside of the low B category, but something which I personally greatly appreciate. Negatives. Nothing major to report, but if I'm nitpicking, I personally prefer pulleys to the porcelain brake loops and would love to see an option for them on the R07 risers. So Hans, if you're watching. Overall, I've found the wing beautiful to fly and very stable, which suits me perfectly as a recreational pilot, slowly developing my XC skills. It has a forgiving store point, a much more usable speed system than my old low B, and provides a little more feedback, which makes me feel more connected to the wing. It can also turn on a dime and build energy quickly if you want it to. Well, that concludes my recreational review of the new Phi Beat 2. If you found any of the information helpful, please hit that thumbs up and support the channel by pressing subscribe. Until next time, fly safe everyone. This is Danger Dave, signing out.